Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Trumbull County Children's Services really kickoff of Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month. Thank you to Mayor Franklin for always hosting us in our Pinwheels. Our Touch of Class 4-H Club graciously, and we're grateful for it, donated their time to put out 1,291 pinwheels for today. Each of the pinwheels represents a report of abuse or neglect whose case we opened. And many of you have asked me over the last year, how has the pandemic affected referrals? And for a while we were down 45%. We were very concerned. So I also want to thank the media, because repeatedly you reported on that. And when you did, when you reported on our See Something, Say Something, we saw an uptick in our referrals. So it really does take a village to keep kids safe. Also, I always have to, I want to thank our foster parents who we were concerned, are they going to take care of kids whose history they don't know? And they did. Not one time did a foster parent ask if the child had been exposed to the virus. So they stepped up. Our families in the community. The first place we turn when a child and a family are in crisis and a child has to leave their home is to family. And our families step up. In other counties our size, the kids in custody are double because they don't have the sense of family that Trumbull County has. So we're very thankful for that. We're thankful for law enforcement and other first responders who partner with us unbelievably in very tough situations. And we're thankful for our elected officials, our commissioners, and Frank Fuda has joined us today representing President Mauro Canamalesa and Commissioner Nikki Frenchco for a proclamation. So,
thank you, Tim.
Sure.
First of all, I want to thank Tim and his staff for the great job they do protecting our kids. I've spent a lot of time working with Tim and his staff. Unfortunately, this last year I haven't been able to get up and visit, but I really appreciate the job all of you do. Well, I have a resolution by the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners proclaiming the month of April 2021 Child Abuse Prevention Month, and Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, as Wear Blue Day in Trumbull County, Ohio. The Board of Trumbull County Commissioners, Trumbull County, Ohio, met in regular session on the 7th day of April, 2021, in the office of said board with the following members: Mauro Canamalesa, Nikki Frenchco, and Frank Fuda. Whereas the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse has designated April as National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and whereas Pinwheels for Prevention is a campaign to bring awareness to child abuse and neglect in communities across Ohio, and whereas throughout the year the Board of Commissioners encourages all citizens to work together to safeguard our children, help prevent child abuse, and strive toward the hope that every child may experience a safe and happy childhood. Whereas this board does hereby acknowledge that the month of April shall be designated as National Child Abuse Prevention Month in Trumbull County. Therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners, State of Ohio, that this board does hereby acknowledge that the month of April shall be designated as now Child Abuse Prevention Month in Trumbull County. That this resolution shall take effect and be in full force immediately upon its passage and approval by the board, otherwise at the earliest period allowed by law. Roll call on the adoption: Frank Fuda, yea; Nikki Frenchco, yea; and Mauro Canamalesa, yea. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Frank.
Great job to you and your staff.
Thank you.
Oh,
get a still. All right. Thank you. Thanks. And our thank you Frank, and again, I really appreciate the support of the commissioners in all of our efforts. Our host every year for Pinwheels is Mayor Franklin, a staunch supporter of children's services. If we need something, he's there for us. And so, Mayor, it's all yours.
Thank you, Tim, and thanks everyone for coming out. I told Tim before coming, this is one of those occasions where I'm really proud to be mayor. Every time that I come, a ride down the street on Sunday and the Pinwheels are up, it warms my heart, especially because I know we have a collaboration and a partnership in place throughout this community that addresses the most important needs of our community, and that's the needs of our children. I couldn't help but think about the decrease in some of the cases, and I have to think that that's kind of attributed to schools being out, because schools are one of those partners that was closed, and a lot of those cases probably get referred to from our school systems. So we're glad most of them are back in. We're looking forward to them opening up gradually and safely in the coming months and for the fall. But everything we do, we have to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to protect our children. So having said that, in that spirit, I'd also like to thank not only Tim, but the whole Children's Services Board, the staff, the whole family. They work well together, and we're very honored to host this event. As you all know, and I hope this don't get printed, but it probably will, we had some problems with some pinwheels a few years back. We've corrected that. But this really means a lot. This really means a lot. And when Tim talked about the 1,291 cases that each pinwheel represents, I think that sort of brings it home to the challenges of the Children's Services Board and what you do and what you mean to our community. So I'm going to just, not to be repetitive, I'm going to read a few pages of this, a few paragraphs of this proclamation, and I probably will need my eyes to do it correctly. And it simply states that whereas the National Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse has designated April as now National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and Pinwheels for Prevention is a Prevent Child Abuse Ohio's public awareness campaign to bring awareness to child abuse and neglect in communities across Ohio. And it's a dramatic, non-threatening visual depiction of the prevalence of child abuse and neglect within our community. Child abuse continues to be a major social problem both nationally and locally. Child abuse and neglect ruins children's lives, it destroys families, and contributes to serious societal problems, including juvenile delinquency and teen pregnancy. Victims of childhood abuse and neglect are at increased risk for smoking, alcoholism, drug abuse, depression, eating disorders, suicide attempts, multiple partners, and severe obesity. High levels of exposure or neglect will likely produce anxiety, anger, and depression in children. Locally, child abuse is a significant problem. Those 1,291 pinwheels planted on our lawn serve as a traveling float, and each pinwheel once again represents every reported case of child neglect in the year 2020. Reports of child abuse involves children of all ages, from all backgrounds, and from all cultures. And the best way to prevent child abuse and neglect is to support families and to provide parents with the skills and resources that need. I'm not going to read the rest, but I think in that spirit it captures everything that Children's Services and this whole month really drives home how important this campaign is. So having said that, I want to thank Children's Services once again, Director Schaffner for doing the marvelous job in leading that organization to protect our kids in our community. So once again, thank you. I look forward to next year.
Yep,
and I'm glad you kept faith in us. But God bless this organization. They do tremendous work. And now that school's back in, we'll see even more robust work from this organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
I get a picture too.
Yeah,
right?
we get a picture, right? All right. Thank you. That was only Only our mayor of Warren cites adverse childhood experiences
Yeah.
in a proclamation. Thank you for that. That's important. I just want to close by special mention of our staff. We have about 165 or 170 people at Trumbull County Children's Services, supported through the generosity of the levies that you vote for, and they never missed a beat. Last March we said, we have a team meeting whether we should sneeze or not. But last March we said we're going to do this and this and this and this. We're going to keep safe. We're going to keep our clients safe, and we're going to get the job done with no hiccup. And they did, without one complaint. So we keep good numbers. We didn't miss a visit with families. We were in hospitals and the jail and in the streets and in homes at 2 in the morning. And thank you.